Hi guys, my name is Erica and I'm here today to talk about my gambling addiction and where it's led me from pretty much when it started until now. I feel like I've looked up a lot of, gambling addiction, like on YouTube and like what people have to say. And a lot of the times this is not to be in the wrong way, but a lot of the times it's actually older people and not a lot of younger people that have this problem. And I feel like no one's really talking about it from a young person's perspective. And I feel like that should change a little bit, because I feel like those who are older have, I guess, stolen from their jobs. They're in a massive amount of debt. And it's just not very relatable to, like, I feel like my story, for example. I haven't stole from my job. I haven't, I'm not really in a massive amount of debt. But I can say I've lost a lot of money, with gambling and where it's gotten me. And it's a very serious thing. And, I'm 27 years old. I started gambling when I was about, I think it started getting really bad when I was like 20, 21 maybe. And it's just gotten really bad to the point where I'm gambling. It started from $200, gambling away, to $500 to about $1,000. And now I'm in the 1,000 range. And it's really bad. This is, in my opinion, the worst addiction you can have, in my opinion, because you go through a lot and it's really hard to talk about. And I feel like no one talks about it. But I'm going to just kind of be the voice of reason for people that are a little bit younger, and the generation of younger. I didn't think I'd be a person to say I have an addiction and this is what it is. But I am here to say it now. I guess it's gotten bad for me over the past few months, to the point, I guess in the past even year, it's just been terrible. I had $10,000 saved. It went from $10,000 to $8,000 to $6,000 to $4,000 to $2,000 saved. And that money has just gone away, all of it. And my savings is completely gone. I don't have anything left. Everything I worked very hard for at my job, I have lost. And I'm not in debt. I'm not totally broke, but I feel like if this keeps going, I'm going to be totally broke. I'm going to be in debt, and I'm going to be one of those stories that I don't want to be one of those stories that has stolen, in debt, etc. I am a slot machine player personally myself. Also pull tabs I do play as well. And pull tabs, let me tell you, you don't win on pull tabs. It went from $200 being played at pull tabs to $400 being paid at pull tabs. I even lost $1,000 one night at a bar. And it's a terrible way of gambling. All gambling is bad, but pull tabs are a huge reason on why I'm broke. Literally, paper crack is what it is. And then slot machines are a huge thing for me as well. I have gambled away. That's where a lot of my money has gone recently, is toward fucking slot machines, and it's the worst. I went from playing dollar machines, $3 machines, $5 machines, and then what has really caught me is a $25 machine in high stakes slots. And high stakes started out with me having a really huge win, and I think it was $1,000. I'm not even gonna lie. I think it was like $1,000 that I hit in high stakes, and I just have kept going back, and I don't want to do it anymore. I go to the casino, I lose, I come home, I cry myself to sleep, I hate myself, I have self-harmed, and because it's just not a way of living. It shouldn't be a way of life, and it has been my way of life for a very long time. But I'm coming clean about it now. I told my family. I finally came clean to my mom. I said, Mom, I'm done this, and this is me, and this is what I've done, and I hate disappointing my family. I hate disappointing my mom, and it was very hard. It was the hardest thing. She came over yesterday and we talked about it, and she was like, and the one thing she asked me was, how can I help and how can I understand this? I have told her, Mom, you're never going to understand this addiction. No one will understand it until they've gone through it. And that's something that she doesn't understand, is that she's not going to understand what I've gone through. And she's like, well, it's just a machine. You can walk away from it. And you can't. You can't walk away from it, because it's a surrounding area of, I live 25 minutes away from a casino. And if 25 minutes away doesn't work, I live 40 minutes away from a casino, or I live an hour, and I will drive, to those places. I will. And it's just terrible. And, and I think it started getting really bad for me when I hit a huge jackpot one night on my $5 green machine slot. And it was like $2,800. And this was back a couple years ago. And from there, I've wanted it more and more and more. I just keep telling myself, Erica, you're going to hit, and it'll all be okay. It'll all be okay. It'll all be fine, and you're going to bring home money, and that's not reality. I have hit, sorry guys, that's my cat. I have had good hits, but it's nowhere near the amount of money that I have lost. The only way that I can gain every cent back is if I could hit a $10,000 jackpot, and that's never going to happen for me. And I convince myself it's going to, but it's not. And that's where, sorry guys, that's where it does we need to draw the line. We need to come together as addicts and say, we're done. And I feel like I failed at that. I failed at that many times. I always say that every time I come back from the casino and I cry and I've self-harmed. I've tried to commit suicide. No. Sorry, my cat's rambunctious. I have very much tried to commit suicide. Several times, actually. I have wanted to drive off a cliff and die, and I'm still going through the channels of why, instead of telling myself every day the reasons why I don't want to live, I need to start telling the reasons why I do want to live, and I do have a life that is worth living, and it's important. And, my mom said yesterday when she came over, she was like, Erica, you know what? It's just money. And I never thought of it that way. And she also asked me, she was like, do you want to get more money? Or do you go because it's fun? Or do you go because you're bored? And I thought about it, and I told her, I said, you know what, Mom, I don't even know the answer. I don't know why I do the things I do. I don't know. And it's true. I don't know the reason. But I think that when it comes to gambling, we look for an escape. We look for a way out. But a way out, there's only so much you can do. I have tried to find hobbies. I've tried to find escapes. And I think that holding it in and not talking about it has made it way worse. And now that my family kind of knows, where I'm at with my life, I think I'm in for a change, because now, and as well as my boyfriend. My boyfriend has been nothing but, I feel like he's been nothing but helpful in a way, in a sense. He hasn't left me. I know a lot of people talk about their divorces and everything. I don't know what I'd do without him. I'm not gonna lie, because he's known about my addiction for a while. Oh, he's seen the whole thing. And this addiction will make you or absolutely break you. And the 99 percentile, it breaks. Because you feel so worthless. You feel so adamant about wanting to hit that giant jackpot and say, I hung in there, I made all this money, I told you so. But at the end of the day, our loved ones don't want that for us. They want us to be healthy and to say that we are going to beat this. And I'm telling you, if you can get the support of your family, get the support of your family. I'm the most secretest person out there. I don't like talking about my life. A lot of people at my work don't know much about me because I don't talk about it. I'm just that fun, happy person. And I put a smile on my face all the time, even though, like the night before I went to the casino and I bawled my eyes out. I lost a lot of money. I almost killed myself. The next day I still go into work happy, and nobody would know this is my secret life. Nobody would know. No one knows. They know that I gamble a little bit. They think I do it for fun. But they don't know about my life. They don't know that I try to commit suicide maybe 5 times. They don't know that. And they don't need to know that. This is my life. This is who I am. But I just want to be relatable. And I want people to talk about it. It's okay to have something not right about you. It's okay. You need to talk about the things that are good about yourself. And I do want to share a story that actually happened to me on Friday. And it's a very hard story to tell. After work, I, of course, drove to a casino. I got the urge. I was driving. I got the urge. And I drove to the casino. And I played, of course. I actually didn't do that bad. I played because I told myself, I'm just going to play $200. I always tell myself this. I'm going to play $200 and then I'm going to be done. But of course that didn't happen. I played $300, and I was playing on my green machine, which is a $5 machine. And I did a couple decent hits. I'm not going to lie. So I played 3. I hit a minor jackpot, which was like $264 around that area. And then, at the end, I ended up with a little over $400, around roughly $400. So I was walking through the casino, I always do, and I passed high stakes. Why I didn't walk out the door? I never do. Let's get real. I never do. And so I walked into high stakes and I started playing. Didn't hit anything. And this is a $25 machine. guys. $25 per spin. $100 is 5 spins. If you can get something, you're lucky. And that's what I've been going to lately. And so I was just playing it. Of course, when you play, especially for me, my heart races, my palms get sweaty, I get anxiety really bad. It's even like my heart's kind of racing right now, even talking about it. And then there was this lady, she was like one machine away from me. This lady was playing the machine next to me, which is a $25 machine. She was sitting on her machine that she was also playing. And she was playing the machine also next to her. She was on 3 machines, guys. 3 machines. And I was just watching her. And she just starts kind of making conversation, just general, because I just kind of made a comment. I'm like, God, why is this machine so terrible? Like, why is it so terrible? And she was talking to me, and she's like, one time I dumped $10,000 in the machine you're playing right now, one night. And I didn't even get a bonus, didn't even get a hit, nothing. And I was like, what are you talking about? Like, you must have hit a jackpot. She's like, no, it took $10,000 from me. Yeah. And as she was talking to me, I was on my last $100. And I was still fucking playing it. And then I actually hit a jackpot while she was talking to me. Kid you not. Minor jackpot dropped. It was actually worth $1,280. I just want to get it in there. So, I hit that on Friday. I was very happy. I was ecstatic. I actually apologized to the lady next to me because I was like, you're playing way more than me and you haven't hit anything. And she said, no, it's fine. I'm going to hit something. I promise. You just take your money and I'm happy for you. I was like, okay. So they gave me the W-2 I just showed. And it's interesting because I've actually won at this casino before. I've actually won over $2,000 last November. And when I won the first time at the same casino, they actually came out with promotions and said, you should really get a club card. We want you a part of our club card. And I just said, and I'm actually not a club member. I actually don't have any of those cards that you play with. I don't have any slot comps. It's all been my money, period. Because I tell myself they're going to track me, like they're going to know how much I spend and they're going to take more from me. I convinced myself that they were going to take more from me. And do you need a club card to win jackpots? No, because I've won jackpots and you don't need it. But that's not the point. That's so not the point. When I won this jackpot, they came out and they just said, they didn't offer me any promotions. They didn't tell me to join their membership. He just said, this is for you. Your money's ready. Here you go. Yeah. So am I convinced that I think that this casino knows me, whether I have a goddamn card or not. Because when they offered it me the first time, I said, I don't want it, no thanks. So yeah. But this time, they just gave me this and they just handed me my money and said, congratulations, reset my machine. I was sitting at that machine. And the lady next to me said, you should keep going. You're going to hit back to back. I've seen it happen. And I dumped my, out of the 1,200, I dumped 200 back in. Didn't hit anything. So I walk out of high stakes with $1,000. I said, okay, And then I go to the bar and I get a couple glasses of wine convincing myself, all right, I'm just gonna have 2 glasses of wine and I'm gonna leave. I think that this is good. This will help me. This money will help me. I didn't leave that casino. I kept going. I kept going and going and going. I was on the main floor first. Then I went back into high stakes. And I lost it all. This is what I walked out with. And I didn't even cash it in. 14 cents. That's what made me crumble and fall. And I was on, actually, because the lady was still in high stakes when I went back in. And she was like, did you hit anything out there? I said no. She was like, oh, well, you should probably get on this. You should probably get on this one. Like this one's good. And it was the one next to the one I just won on. Because a guy was on the one that I just won on. He was just sitting on it. He was playing it. And he was kind of just talking to me. He was like, well, I haven't really hit anything. Not really. And I said, okay. And the lady next to me, she was like, just keep going at it. You're going to hit something. And I was on my last $100. Yeah, no, didn't hit anything. That money would have helped me. Didn't hit anything. And then I went out to the ATM. I got out another $100. By the time I walked back into high stakes, the lady was back on the machine I just was on. Not hitting anything, because I kind of stayed around and watched. I had that $100 in my hand. I walked out of that casino. I walked out. I said, I can take this $100 that I just took out of my account, or I could go back and play. I took it and I walked. This is my reality. And I'm sure it's a lot of your guys's too. I'm 27 years old. I'm on the verge of having no savings. I lost, including what I took out of my account on Friday, plus my jackpot, I lost about $1,400 around. And on Friday, I was very determined to win something big. And I won something big, and I didn't stop. So I get in my car and I just drive. Kind of just took the long way home. Because I thought, I really did. I thought I was gonna, every bridge I had passed, I thought about going off of, just driving my car right off and ending it. But I went home and just got in bed and cried, self-harmed, wanted to kill myself. Already wrote my suicide note. I had it all ready to go. I left it on the sink in the bathtub for my boyfriend to come home and find. But something stopped me. I don't know what stopped me, but I need to wake up. I need to wake up and realize this is not the way to live my life. And it's not a way to live yours either. And I actually looked up last night on YouTube, huge gambling losses. Nothing. Not anything. There are thousands of hits on big wins, but nothing on how bad it really is. I went from this to this in one day. Not even 24 hours. I was ecstatic when I won it. I said, oh my God, this can help me. This will fix a lot of things. No. I lost it all, guys. And there's no point in dwelling on it anymore. I need to take charge, and so do you. You need to take charge. So I'm probably going to be filming or vlogging or whatever you want to call it on my progress, because I don't want to live like this anymore. I don't. I can't, I'm going to focus on working. I'm going to focus on saving again, as pain in the ass it's going to be. But I need to take control before I hit zero or negative in my bank account. I just do. I need to take control. I cannot do this anymore. I don't want to, and it's just funny because let me tell you, I've hit 1,200 before. Oh yeah, I've hit it, and I have to pay taxes on it, just like this one. I got to pay taxes on this too. Took nothing home, and in January of this year, that happened to me too. I hit a $1,200 win, and I didn't take a dime of it home. Back in January, so to me, it's like I don't know what I'm looking for anymore. I don't know what I'm looking for. I don't know anymore. I just don't know what I'm looking for. I wanted to go in. I wanted to hit big, and I did, and I still didn't stop. So let me tell you, it's not. You're not going to be able to stop if you don't take control. You're not going to be able to stop, and you need to stop. That's all I got. If this video can even help one person, I know I made a difference. And I am not the person to be saying, well, I have 24 hours, so I know everything. No, because it's going to be a struggle every single day. Every day is going to be a struggle for me. And when it gets to the point where it's just an urge, that's when I go. And that's when I always regret it. I have the urge to go right now, but I'm not going to go. I tell myself, I'm going to go. I'm going to win all that money back. No, you're not. I'm not going to hit. I'm not going to win all that money back. You know what I'm going to do tonight? I'm going to do my laundry, and I'm going to save money, and I'm not going to go out. I'm not going to do anything. Yeah. Not a very exciting life. But I have to start saving again, and I have to just start from the bottom. I just do. It sucks, but I do. I have to start from the bottom. And I'm going to do that. So I'm just going to be vlogging my progress. I want to help somebody because there's nothing realistic out there that explains why we do the things we do. I can't explain it. I don't know why. But I am determined to stop. And it's so hard, you guys. It's the hardest thing ever, but we can do this. I have not gambled since Friday night. It's not saying much, but I have not gambled since Friday night. I'm going to take that as a win for me. Didn't gamble Saturday, didn't gamble today, which is Sunday. I win. Every time I don't gamble, I win. That's what you need to start telling yourself. I'm not going to let them take any more of my money. And I still have to bring it up because I got to pay taxes on that. And I got to pay taxes on what I won in January. And I'm going to confront that. But other than that, these will be my last W-2s from the casino. And I'm going to make sure that it is. Or else the casino will take my entire life. And I'm not going to have that happen again anymore. It's done. So, I have not gambled since Friday. All right, you guys. I'm gonna keep vlogging and let me know what you think. Tell me your story. I want to hear it. I don't want to feel like I'm so alone because that's how I feel. But I know I'm not alone, but it's how I feel. So tell me your story, comment, and tell me your stories. I would love to hear them, and we can talk. I feel like I'm relatable to a lot of people, but who knows? Maybe I can make a friend or two too. All right. Bye, guys.